Ad Astra Abyssosk. What? Ah, yes. I've heard that you've already made arrangements with the captain of the Crux Fleet regarding your passage. Now that I think about it, it's been quite some time since I last visited those lands.
There you are. You're the traveler that Beidou will be taking to Inazuma, right? Oh, is that right? The fleet is nearly completed reprovisioning. Once the cruise, Captain Beidou sent me to come get you. We'll weigh in.
Seems Beidou is the captain of her word.
Of course. There are many things that the captain insists upon.
So you'll be heading off then? I suppose whether the journey before you leads to the heights of the heavens or the depths of the... Until we meet again. Ad Astra Abyssosk.
Oh, it's kind of hard to say goodbye now. We practically see...
Well, if that's how you feel, why not come and find me when you arrive? I'll be awaiting you on Narukami Island.
So there's another Catherine in Inazuma? See?
Well, I guess it's time for you to bid farewell to Liyue Harbor.
Okay, thanks for coming all this way to let us know.
Just following orders. Waves are as calm as always.
Ah, you finally made it. All these years, come rain or storm, the Crux Fleet has Don't look too serious, I'm only joking. Well, now that we set sail for the land engulfed by storm and tempest. The nation of eternity.
Anchors away!
Oh, hi there.
In adventuring at...
So, you finally made it. You sure? And it appears we have a couple of stowaways.
Shush!
You can blame your almighty Shogun. The tempests around Inazuma, though the fleet was fully up to the challenge. The inclement weather still... Now then, let me introduce everyone. This is Toma, a trade partner that I've got...
You don't know how long I've been waiting to see you.
Toma, these two are...
Oh, no need for introductions. Their reputation precedes them. Seems even the stormy...
Oh, it's sure nice to hear you.
With any luck, it'll give you a... Toma's resided on Rito for quite some time now. It wouldn't... If you run into any problems here, just talk to Toma. But if he tries to pull any move...
No need to worry. I'm sure we'll get...
Good. Then if it's all settled, I'll be going.
Oh, right. Kazuha.
Until next time, traveler. Remember to give it your all, no matter what perilous storms you may encounter.
Fair seas, Captain Beidou. Bye-bye!
Now then, first things first. We need to go get...
Paimon thought we were supposed to be keeping things on the down low.
Don't underestimate the reaches of the Sakoku Decree. You wouldn't be able to avoid inspection even if you tried. So we have to play by the rules, even if we're kind of bending them.
Oh, except you, Toma. You must be new here.
Uh-huh.
Excuse me? Please provide the information requested and also declare any goods you are carrying with you. Oh, well, I'm sorry. We cannot approve entry for purely personal reasons. My apologies, but I'll have to ask you to...
Here are their entry papers, for your kind perusal.
What? Ugh, take your time. No rush or anything.
I just wanted to see what you'd say.
I see. Okay. Your papers are all in order. Welcome to Rito.
Phew. So,
The Outlander Affairs Agency. They only check entry permits here. If you want...
sheesh. So it is super...
Well, let's not forget that to everyday folk in Inazuma, as the word suggests, Outlanders aren't very welcome, and not even on Rito, where they've established an outsider settlement. I like how you think. Now, let's head over to the Outlander Affairs.
You've completed the entry procedures, yeah?
Yes, please.
Okay, the processing fee will be
2 million? For a processing fee? Are you serious?
That's right. 1 million per applicant, which makes 2 million total.
Paimon wasn't so much questioning your math as...
Ma'am, these two here are good friends of mine.
Ah, Mr. Toma, it's you. By way of courtesy,
Thank you ever so much, Miss Eureka. But as this is just a processing fee, I think 600 Mora should cover it if I'm paying on their behalf. I'll treat you to dinner too.
That's not how you haggle! By all means, bargain the price...
all right then. As you wish, Mr. Toma. I will make a record.
Much obliged.
What? She went from 2 million down to 600? There's something seriously wrong with people's sense of finance around here!
It's not as mind-boggling as you think. A processing fee is... The way some here at the agency see it, the fees are easy money. So when the day comes that some poor merchant from overseas with more money than sense gets...
Then they'll milk them for all they're worth!
Exactly. It's at times like this that having a local friend really comes in handy. Yes, but when you're an outlander in Inazuma, far from home in this close nation, the most that overseas merchants can do to look after themselves is stick together. That's how the International Trade Association came about.
So it's a trade association built by and for Outlanders?
Yep. And as well as advancing commercial interests, the association provides help, support, and structure for Outlanders trying to survive on Rito. Essentially, it's an association devoted to both commercial excellence and survival skills.
Sounds like just staying alive is an achievement when you're an Outlander in Inazuma.
I see. So this is the real purpose of your trip. Yes, given that you are Outlanders, it's certainly a lofty aspiration. After all, the Raiden Shogun is the most exalted and revered one in all of Inazuma. She is a deity who reigns on high, while all other life gazes up in awe. Huh. I was going to say nothing is set in stone when it comes to who you will encounter in this world. Who's to say you won't happen to run into the Raiden Shogun one day after lunch?
Uh-huh. And is that likely?
Okay, I'll give it to you straight. I know of a way to introduce you to the Raiden Shogun.
Really? Wow, Dorito fixer's better connected than we thought.
I mean, it will take all the resources I have at my disposal, but it can be done. However, before we get there, connections come at a high price, you understand?
Not you too.
No. In this instance, when I say price, I'm not talking about Mora. In fact, there's no real cost as such. It's just that if this is something you really want, you'll have to agree to help other people solve. I like to do things in a way that keeps everybody happy. It's my own personal rule for dealing.
Sounds very reasonable to Paimon. You're the man in the middle, so you have to trade favors to keep everyone indebted.
Why do I get the feeling you're making me out to be some sort of crook? Never mind. Here's the situation. As I touched upon earlier, the members of the International Trade Association are constantly struggling to survive. Recently, things seem to have gotten more difficult than ever for them, so just go and check things out. See if there's any way you can help. The head of the association is called Caricio, and he's a good friend of mine. Go talk to...
Huh? Hello there. You must be seeking refuge with the International Trade Association. Ah, good. That's a relief. You need to be careful.
We heard the association has been having some difficulties lately.
Yes. Left, right, and center. Obstacles at every turn.
The Sakoku decree certainly makes things difficult for anyone who wants to come.
But it's not the root cause of our woes. The Sakoku decree might restrict our scope of No. What's really squeezing us Outlander merchants dry is those Mora grubbers from the Kanjo Commission.
Oh, of the 3 commissions, that's the one that oversees everything on retail, isn't it?
That's right. They impose astronomical tax rate, unbelievable regulations, and that's not the worst of it. They just issued a new tax decree recently that, for some reason, completely changes the way we pay our taxes.
Crystal Marrow. What's that?
Something that most of us in the association had never heard of before either. Until eventually, one of the older Liyue merchants recalled that he once shipped a batch of it to Snezhnaya in his youth. So, in order to pay our taxes, we began an arduous search for this crystal marrow. But then we found we'd only managed to create a bigger problem for ourselves. The rising demand for crystal marrow drove the price higher and higher. Now there's only one vendor who even has it in stock. We can't get a hold of it anywhere else.
Isn't that what they call a monopoly?
Exactly. So this vendor keeps pushing the price up, and we have no choice but to buy from them because the tax decree forces us to. It's a vicious cycle. The consequence of which is that our taxes will soon exceed our profits. We've tried communicating with the Commission directly, but this is a nation where the cries of a few struggling merchants will never be heard over the ever-present roar of thunder. Fontaine, my dear homeland.
Sounds awful. They're really bleeding them dry. What do you think we should do? But Carisu's the head of the association, and even he hasn't had any luck. Not to mention, we're Outlanders too.
Right. And besides, I think this may well be the fate they've ordained for us.
Okay. Well, we could try tackling the problem by going to the other party involved.
That vendor. I've actually done business with him in the past, but after a point he stopped contacting us.
Well, it definitely sounds like he's being unfair. How do we find him? We could go talk to him and see if he
Hey, that's a pretty good idea. Since you're not affiliated with the association and you're new to Rito, he may just let his guard down. If I remember correctly, our usual meeting point with him is under a tree by the coast in the residential...
Got it! We're on the case!
I don't think I recognize you. Are you new arrivals? So, what do you need with me? The sheer nerve. You don't go around asking questions like that. If I gave you my sources, I might as well hand you the whole darn trade secret. Got it? You know what trade and secret mean, right?
This guy's got a bad attitude.
Ha! Are you even buying? Oh, I see what's going on here. Kurisu and his associates sent you here to try and plead their... They're wasting their time. The price is non-negotiable. Not...
Hey, what's your problem?
Get out of here, go on. Tell them they're lucky to be buying from me in the first place, and they ought to be more grateful. If it weren't for me, they'd be in seriously hot water.
What are we gonna do? There's no talking to this guy. Good idea. Let's check back in with...
That was quick. You were...
Actually, we're having a little trouble.
No? Well, by all means, tell me what you need. I'll help as much as I... Getting you to go fixing things when you've only just arrived is quite a demand. Oh, that guy? I'm familiar. He used to be a bit of a sorry sight, selling shells that he'd collect on the beach just to get by. But he seems to have suddenly shot up in the world I can only assume he must have found himself a patron after leaving the International Trade Association.
Huh. You're saying he used to be a member of the International Trade Association? So he's an Outlander too?
Yes. Couldn't you tell when you spoke to him? That's right. Werner was born in Mondstadt, then went into the shipping business, trading between Leah and Inazuma. When Inazuma closed to the outside world, he was one of a group of Outlanders that ended up stranded.
Huh. What a bummer.
The International Trade Association was initially very generous to him, but over time, with decree after decree, the association members found it increasingly difficult to make ends meet.
So he left the association and turned his back on them.
I'm sure it's more nuanced than that. I believe even the most ungrateful and cold-hearted of people...
Really? Is that all you need to know?
Well then, it sounds like you may have found a way in with him.
What are you doing back here? Just because I got plenty of time on my hands doesn't mean I want to waste any of it talking to you. Huh? Where's this coming from? Mondstadt? You were talking about... Mondstadt? Goodness, I can sense it now. So familiar, but I can't remember the last time I was there. The scent of Mondstadt. Oh, how it takes me back. Oh, my hometown, the home of freedom. How I long to go back and visit.
Oh, it's working!
So, trying to play my heartstrings like a liar, are you? I know what you're up to. Huh? What is this? What are you up to now?
Just close your eyes already!
You mean... the sound of the ocean? Leah Harbor. I can see it so clearly. Oh, and the sound of the waves. The calls of the merchants. Xiao lanterns. I'm right there at the lantern right. Oh, look at them floating up into the sky.
This guy has a really active imagination. Either that or he really does miss Liyue Harbor.
Liyue. Wait. Stop. That's enough. Don't make me relive it anymore. My poor heart can't take it. You mean the folks from the International Trade Association? And I suppose they are far from home. Just like often, I'll sneak down to the shore at night and listen to the sound of the waves. I like to imagine it's the voice of my hometown, carried across the ocean. I've run into folks from the association more than a few times doing just that, but I always hide my face and slip away. Don't you think I've wanted to talk things through with them and free myself from this anguish?
Well, no one's stopping you, so...
They're so resilient. None of them had anyone else to rely on, so I caved. Though, all right, I'll tell you the whole story. It's eating me up inside.
You ready to talk now?
But I betrayed them. I can't show my face there.
Come on, you scaredy cat. Look, you messed up, so come on, get it off your chest.
It's a scheme by the tax collection Ashigaru. They start by overtaxing the merchants, then take the extra crystal marrow they receive and stockpile it. Once the merchants run out of places to buy crystal marrow, they get me to sell that extra stock back to the merchant.
It's plain evil gouging them like this.
I'm their puppet, yes. But my evidence? You're right. Without conclusive evidence, he will never admit it. Now that I think about it, whenever I report back to him after a sale, as it happens, I handed some Mora over to him not long ago.
Really? Well, then there's no time to lose. Too close! That's too close! He'll notice us for sure! He's getting further and further away! Let's catch up a little. He's getting further and further away! Let's catch up a little. He's getting further and further away! Let's catch up a little.
Ah, Ryoko, how's business?
All the better thanks to your generous patronage.
Good. Thankfully, I earn plenty these days.
Oh, but of course, tax collection is difficult work.
Now, who else is behind on payments? Let me think. Yes, the Trade Association clique still needs to be brought into line. What was that sound?
Shh! Quiet! Don't let him find us! Too close! That's too close! He'll notice us for sure! He's getting further and further away! Let's catch up a little!
What could he be doing at a place like this?
It looked like he buried something over there, didn't it? What? Whoa, it's a ledger. Boring! Paimon thought he'd hidden a big pile of Mora here. Yeah.
Let me take a look here. Ah, yes! This is what we're looking for. A clear and complete record of every single...
Great! Well, now we have our hard evidence. Let's go tell Karisu the good news, shall we?
I'll say goodbye to you here then.
Huh? You aren't gonna come with us?
I need a little more time before I'm ready to face the head of the association. I'm sorry.
Huh. Poor Werner's a pretty awkward guy.
But we really don't have anything left. If this keeps up, our sales will come in at a loss.
You know the decree. The rules are the rules. No discounts, no exceptions, and no excuses. And who are you? Another new member of the association?
It just so happens that we found your little ledger, so now we're here to tell everyone all about how you embezzled crystal marrow to sell...
Huh? Is this true? You've been swindling us!
Well, You see, the taxes,
Let me take a look at the ledger. Well, would you look at that? Every payment the association has made is right here in your... So, Mr. Keijiro, it seems you have some explaining to do. How shall we settle this,
So you think you can use this against me, do you? It's
Word has it that samurai and the commission place great importance on reputation and prestige. Though I'm...
Huh? Is that a threat? Are you threatening me?
No, not at all. I'm simply stating that it would be quite a pity.
Well, even if what you say is true, what do you suggest we do?
I believe you still have a quantity of crystal marrow in your possession, correct? Perhaps that crystal marrow could be used as compensation for the recent tax hike.
Is that it?
Oh, do you have any idea the hoops I had to jump through to get the crystal marrow and keep...
And not even an ounce of shame for his act.
So that's it? My shop's been closed for weeks now. I've even...
Come on, Harrison. We've already struck a good deal here.
I'm sick of being pushed around like this.
Harrison!
Hey, what's all this racket? Does someone dare
Chief, you've arrived.
What was all the commotion I heard just...
Oh, we were just discussing a
helping hand. The only thing you're doing is stuffing your greedy pockets with our hard-earned...
Oh, and you dare to utter the commissioners... Seize the merchants! We will resolve this...
Uh-oh. This is going in a bad direction.
Gentlemen, come now. Is there any need for this? If there's a dispute to resolve, let's get a drink and...
Who are you supposed to be? And why in my...
Ha! You never heard of the Fixer?
Here's my card.
Huh. You're from the Yashiro Commission.
Shh.
Huh. Well, this is Kanjo Commission territory.
Of course not. Still, perhaps you could show the young lady of our clan some courtesy. You wouldn't want your name showing up in a petition.
That fan. The Shirasagi I don't need any trouble with her.
But, Chief!
Enough! We're leaving.
Let's get dinner one day soon, gentlemen. My treat, I insist. No response, huh?
Thank you so much, Toma. But I'm sorry your relationship...
Hey, I was joking. If nothing else, I'm sure the tax collection Ashiga...
Toma? What was all that?
Shh, not here. Too many people listening. Let's move somewhere else. Corruption seems rife in the Kanjo Commission. They truly are rotten to the core. All right, time for me to answer your questions. What would you... Straight to the point. I belong to the Kamisato clan of the Yashiro Commission on Narukami Island.
You've been keeping your true identity. So, the Yashiro Commission.
Correct. The Kamisato clan is the head of the Yashiro Commission, who manage ceremonial and cultural... I'm just someone who was fortunate enough to be taken in by the Kamisato clan.
Seems like she must be super famous in Inazuma, given the
Oh, most definitely. She's graceful, dignified, and kind-hearted, too. Her fame even somewhat eclipses that of her older brother, Kamisato Ayato. I suppose those who treat others with compassion earn themselves the same treatment in return. Miss... You're asking the right questions, and to be honest, I don't want to... Firstly, you should know that being a fixer is not something you can fake. I spent the better...
Still pretty good going for just a month's work.
Well, maybe I have a slight knack for schmoozery. Inazuma may have closed off to the outside world, but that hasn't stopped a lot of people from hearing about your feats. So, when Miss Kamisato heard of your intention to come to Inazuma, that is, that you have what it takes to change the tide.
Change the tide of the times?
In the test I gave you earlier, although there were a few hiccups at the end, it was you who found the way to turn the situation, navigating powerful people, using their character flaws to your advantage. It's just what Miss Kamisato had hoped to see. With your help, even the Vision Hunt Decree... That's an unexpected development. Yes, of course. I completely understand, and as agreed, I shall help set that up for you.
sure didn't put up much of a fight.
Well, my work on Rito is done. So I suppose... Oh, one more thing. This invitation letter is for you. Good luck with everything.
Toma's not such a bad guy, huh? We should get going. Huh? What's up? Oh, right! Wait, so did Toma forget that too? Oh, darn it! No wonder he was so matter-of-fact about... As soon as we get off Ritu, Paimon's going straight to Kamura Tea House to settle... Well, guess we should give it a try. If you want to taste great wines, then...
Stop there! Present your travel permits.
Sorry, but we really gotta get to Narukami Island.
If you don't have a travel permit, this is as far as you'll get. Those are the rules.
As expected. Traveler, you gotta think of something. How do we get out of Rito? Are you saying we should go and meet with the Kanjo? Guess it can't hurt to try. Who knows? Maybe he's our biggest fan.
Halt! This is the Kanjo Commissioner's office. No trespassers.
We're here to see, the Kanjo Commissioner?
The Kanjo Commissioner seldom entertains Outlanders. Leave now or we'll be forced to...
Ah, wait.
Oh, Commissioner!
These two are honored guests from afar. No need to give them the usual spiel. Come on in. Let's see what we can do.
Did you get all that, mister?
My sincere apologies.
I am Hiragi Shinsuke, Kanjo Commissioner, and...
Nice to meet you, sir. So, the reason we...
All right, all in good time. Two travelers renowned far and wide have...
So what you're saying is...
Absolutely. How many other people in the world have what it takes to...
Exactly! Paimon thinks...
And I hear you also foiled a Fatui plot in Liyue Harbor.
Whoa! You heard about that too?
As
Something wrong?
No. I'm simply awestruck by... Rito is greatly honored to have you. One other thing I heard about you is your great zeal for helping other people.
Oh, sure! No problem! Whatever you need, right?
Excellent. You must know the Qingshin.
Yep! We've picked a few of those before.
Yes, bring me 300 Qingshin, would you? Freshly picked...
Did Paimon hear that wrong?
Too much trouble, is it? Then how about this?
That sounds much more like...
709 letters, to be precise.
Hey, what gives?
Terribly sorry. We're just a little short on people lately.
What sort of an explanation is that? Traveler, what are we going to do? Should we really help this guy?
That's the spirit. Don't keep me waiting too long.
Time to go.
Halt, you two!
Huh? What are we...
Miss Hiragi has a letter for you. She insists that you read it in...
A letter? Quick! Let Paimon see! So this means she wants you to secretly meet her at night? But you didn't seem surprised at all by this. What's going on? Huh? Have you been up to something behind Paimon's back? Let's ask her tonight.
You finally arrived. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Hiragi Chisa. This is technically the second time we have...
Wow. She's the daughter of the Hiragi clan, all right.
No need to be so formal. I've long...
Is it Paimon or does some...
The reason why I wanted to secretly meet you here is... Well...
Discuss what?
I should like to ask for your help with delivering a letter.
Like father, like daughter.
No, you misunderstand me. I was hoping that you could deliver a letter to Narukami Island in my stead. My father has always forbidden me from communicating with him. He knows that there is no one who would dare defy my father's will on Rito, but you...
Paimon gets the whole...
Of course, in doing so, I will also do to be perfectly honest. As long as you remain in Inazuma, my father will have no intent...
Yeah, we figured as much. It was pretty...
I secretly overheard a conversation between my father and a very... They seem to be discussing how to keep you here on Rito. We don't have much time. I'll tell you my plans to help you off the island. Very well. I'll be waiting for... Hold on, please. These goods are being sent to Watatsumi Island?
My lady, this is an unexpected honor. You are correct. These goods have been
Is there something wrong, Lady Hiragi?
No, as you were. My father simply has some concerns of the shipment's safety.
My lady, you aren't suggesting that you intend to escort this shipment personally, are you?
Please, do not cause us any further delay. If memory serves me right, my father...
Yes, of course, my lady. It's just that, well, we don't know who...
Now, need I remind you of the penalty if anything were to happen to me en route? Do you really presume that you can fully guarantee my...
Boy, Chisato can talk the talk.
Yes, my lady. Very well then.
Shinojo, you can't really be agreeing.
Well, the request is from Lady Hiragi herself. It is our...
Yes, but that's not the problem here.
Well then, if we're through here, I suggest we set off at once.
Yes, my lady.
My lady, please stay back. We'll handle it.
Not as well as we'll handle it.
There's no way.
The wind
You know a
knows
thing or two.
As one with wind and cloud.
Finally, monster sighted. Prepare to counterattack. Protect Lady Hiragi at all costs.
We'll take care of this. Stay with Chisato.
Watch out! More monsters inbound! Lady Hiragi, stay close.
Adorn my night!
I'm ready to hit the fairy.
The wind knows me.
You win this battle. We can take refuge in the village up ahead. How are you faring, my lady?
I'm perfectly all right. You may stop here. In my letter, I've requested Kamaji to grant you a special travel permit from the Tenryou Commission.
My lady.
So that's how it is.
No, Lady Hiragi would never hide anything from us. I'm sure of it.
I'm not afraid to say that...
The one you love?
Shinojo, did you honestly think...
What? No, I was just clarifying, that's all.
You two needn't worry. Please, forget that this ever happened. If my father catches word of it...
Yes, of course. As you...
But what will happen if your actions here are discovered?
Don't fret. My father has always been one to spoil me. The worst...
Paimon never suspected...
I wish you a safe journey.
Bye, Chisato!
Come now. Quit your staring and let's get moving. We've got goods to shift.
All right.
According to the letter, this should be the place.
Sorry, we don't serve the general public.
Wait! We're not the
Well then, you must be a couple of wandering outlanders that snuck into the nation.
Are our clothes really so...
The Yashiro Commission's seal. In which case, welcome to the Komore Tea House.
Well, that sounds more like it.
It's been quite some...
Well, now that we're here, Paimon doesn't seem in...
Who forgot their promise? I was beginning to think you'd forgotten about me.
What? Is that dog talking to us?
Relax. No need to look so surprised. Huh. So you didn't see anything like this when you were...
Ah, now that you mention it, this does suddenly seem less out of the ordinary.
All right. I've had my fun.
Hey, you're this close to getting an ugly nickname, mister.
Well, I've had some time to kill, given that I've been waiting here for you for so long. So I came up with this little fun, but in all seriousness, I would like to apologize about it. Helped us determine whether or not to bring you before Miss Kamisato.
Don't think that Paimon's gonna forgive you.
Sorry, did I overdo it? My apologies. Let me just say this. You've often found yourself... Naturally, this is due to your unwavering and resolute determination. A long time ago, we had a friend who was much the same. His light still burns all the more... Yes, of course. I will bring you to the But before that, there is one other place I was hoping you both would accompany me.
Oh? Where?
I would like you to come with me to the statue of the omnipresent god. It's still under construction now.
Sure feels gloomy. Huh? Are Paimon's eyes playing tricks? Or are there things embedded in the statue?
Visions.
Visions? You mean all the visions that are collected from the Vision Hunt Decree are...
So you've already heard of the Vision Hunt Decree. Before I try to explain, I should perhaps remind you, as for Inazuma, it's known as the Nation of Eternity. The Raiden Shogun is both the nation's most powerful ruler. The eternity in question is her. As such, she relies on the Tri-Commission to the Shogun wishes to keep Inazuma in stasis, allowing the stream...
Seems like every god has their own will.
Of course, this is my own limited understanding. Perhaps the Shogun believes that visions grant people... Whatever the case, the fact is that the Raiden Shogun has dispatched the Tenryou, and this statue of the omnipresent god can be...
But if that's the case, wouldn't you say that...
Only outlanders such as yours, and yet, I agree. The Vision Hunt Decree is something that...
Huh? Hey, are you okay? You look like...
Sound? What sound? I didn't hear anything.
Yeah, you touched the statue, and then...
Aspirations? Have you heard it before? That when a person's ambition reaches a certain strength, that is where visions come from. So if what you just said is true, then the ambitions of these people are stronger than I imagined. All right, time for the next stop on our tour of Narukami Island, the Kamisato residence.
Finally! So, this is the kind of place where the big shots of Inazuma live, huh?
Welcome at last to the Kamisato residence.
Is this the Shirazage Himegimi you keep going on about? Oh, behind the screen?
Yes. As the daughter of the Yashiro Commission, consider it a time-honored tradition within the Yashiro Commission.
Makes sense. She's a super important...
Please forgive my lack of courtesy for receiving you in this fashion. I have awaited your arrival with great anticipation. And Toma assures me that you do indeed possess the power to change at present in Inazuma. In the name of the Vision Hunt Decree, the people's aspirations are being senselessly trampled underfoot. Though the Yashiro Commission serves the Shogun, it is the people with whom we share close bond. A commission's power rises and falls with the trust of their people. Thus, we cannot remain indifferent to this situation. Traveler, lend us your power, and we can... Oh.
See, milady, it's just like I said.
No, please! Wait! Please, don't go! I will introduce you to the Raiden Shogun, on one condition.
What are your wishes?
They pertain to 3 whose visions were taken from them.
A warrior who guards a village, a former...
Correct. Please do all you can to help them. Then...
I'm sure you'll do great.
Let's see. Where's the person Ayaka told us about?
Why are you doing this? Why leave all of a sudden?
Precisely. It's much too sudden. We've had no time to prepare. The children are desperate for you to take them out to...
That must be the guy Ayaka told us about.
Ah, you must also be. Teijima has keeping out the treasure hoarders, but now, all of us, we will gladly apologize if...
If you want my... It's clear that I can't claim to full... Truth be told,
Seems like he's a well... You must be Teijima. So...
Me? It's not true. And what made me want to come here 30 years ago? I don't have answers to those questions, because I can't remember anymore. In the past, I knew I wanted to stay here. But whatever result...
Okay. Well, in that case, if we help you rediscover the reason you chose to... But if you can't remember anything, it's not gonna be... Oh! Maybe if you just try a little harder to remember, then...
Oh, that reminds me.
I keep a diary?
Oh, yes, you do. And what's more,
Perfect! So if we want to keep
If you don't mind, we will leave you to find the diary.
This looks like Teijima. Let's see what we... Today, the villagers and I got together to cook dry braised salt. Today, I helped rescue a kid who had fallen in the water. I went kite flying today. The string broke, so I chased after it as fast... Seems like your average diary of... Huh? Wait! There's more! I went to pray at the shrine again today and stayed there a while. Now that's the kind of info we're looking for! So this is the... interesting. Looking at... But anyway, if he had this with him all the time, there's a chance some of his elemental energy... The soil looks like it's been disturbed. Must be something pretty amazing if it made him It looks like a letter. Konda Village. Sounds so familiar. Where is that place again? But he's been here for 30 years. Well, let's go give Teijima...
Well, I'll be... Still, it's clear that I was waiting. Over the years, I must have made a note of anything interesting. And just look at all the things that did happen over the years. How could I have forgotten something so important to me? Love, regret, no. After all, I've forgotten who she was. It's as if she'd never been in my life to begin with. As if... I think... maybe not. Although... what if she were to turn up eventually? When I think about it like that. How curious. Why am I thinking like this when I don't even remember who she... I shall remain here and keep...
Teijima seems to be dealing... okay. But still, It makes Paimon seems it's just like Ayaka and Toma were saying. That certainly explains the state Tage. At least we were able to help. Well, let's go find the next person. According to Miss Kamisato, the second one, they say the Tenryou Commission is directly controlled by the Shogun. They're the ones responsible for maintaining law and order in Inazuma. The ones actually enforcing the... But why would they take action against... Paimon doesn't get it. Huh? There seems to be some commotion over there. Let's go see what's happening.
I'll ask one more time. Do you intend to withhold this month's emergency provision?
The entire clan is counting on that food. We demand an explanation.
How many times do I have to say it? I don't know anything about emergency provisions.
You dare deceive us? Those provisions are essential. Do you understand?
You samurai think you can just do whatever you please? The Tenryou Commission will hear of this.
Oh, huh? And who are you?
What? We just happened to be... We heard the commotion and came to see what the matter...
I see. You seem to have come just at the right time. Perhaps you... This is Kurosawa. He's a samurai and a member of the Shogun's army. In the past, we'd simply ask him for provisions and everything would be delivered. He's keeping the provisions for himself. I just know it. We'll starve without them.
No one seems to care about us. It's no wonder all the visions have been confiscated.
This must be one of the people Ayaka asked. Maybe we should talk to Kurosawa.
I've never even heard of these. I don't know whether it's rumors or whether they're trying to blackmail me. My own family can barely get by as it is. And that's the first bit of truth I've heard all day.
Well, that's strange. You were helping enforce the Vision Hunt decree.
To be perfectly honest, I don't seem to remember the details. All I know is that I would perform certain things every month. And it's not just that.
Does it have to do with the missing
I didn't take any. Like I said, if I was taking them for myself, I wouldn't be going through such hard times right now. To top it all off, my house was just raided by treasure hoarders. If you don't believe me, go find the treasure hoarders yourself.
He seems to be telling me, but we better confirm. Let's go round up those We should be able to follow their tracks.
We really outdid ourselves this time. All those samurai houses packed with goods.
You haven't seen anything yet. Today's just the beginning. I'll be leading you all on an epic...
You demand, boss!
These seem like the treasure hoarders we're after.
Another
Run with nature. Oh, there goes all the Mora. Come on, boss. Think of something.
Not bad, kid. You ever think of joining the treasure hoarders? We could use someone like you. Kurosawa. So he's the one who sent you after us, huh? Just our luck.
So what did you see inside?
Food supplies. You kidding? That place was a complete mess. I didn't want anyone else to see it. But now that you've caught us, how about we make a deal? That little box for our...
You've got a deal! Now show us what's in the box!
Huh?
What the...
There's nothing in here but IOUs!
Yeah, a lot of them too! And they all seem to be made out to the owner of a general goods store. We better talk to this Miss Aoi and get to the... As for you guys, you're free to go. Just pray that our paths don't...
Yes, of course.
So, we redeemed ourselves for some IOUs.
Shut it. Let's just get out of here.
Welcome to Tsukumomono Groceries. Or perhaps there's something you want. Ah, so you're friends of Kurosawa, I take it?
Whoa! Let's not get ahead of... How did Kurosawa end up owing you so much money? Did he buy anything super super expensive here?
Let me think. Kurosawa would come regularly to purchase large quantities of foodstuffs. However, the price of provisions began to skyrocket recently.
So that's how he was getting those emergency provisions. But why did he have to purchase a usual amount?
Well, if you think about it, the citizens receiving the emergency provisions must... Kurosawa thought that it would be quite the disappointment for them if they found they didn't have enough. So he deemed it necessary to take on the debt rather than let the people down.
Wow. Kurosawa was purchasing all the emergency provisions at his... And no one ever appreciated what he did. They just complained and held him accountable.
People's attitudes will always reflect their circumstances. If you ask me, had Kurosawa told everyone the truth about the supplies from the... Of course, I'm sure there would still have been some unrest. As for why he chose to spend his own money on emergency... If you're still curious, why don't you go ask him yourself? I see. That reminds me... It seems that his vision was most unfortunate. If he doesn't clear the debt on his name...
Sword? What sword?
Oh, didn't he tell you? I've asked him about its origins. He told me that it was a gift from his father, that it was too precious to sell. In hindsight, I regret that I never made an offer on it. Why don't you ask him about the sword yourself? Perhaps it'll even provide you with the answers you're looking for. Oh, but before you go...
But we didn't buy anything!
Information is also a kind of commodity, wouldn't you agree? Don't worry, I won't charge much for information about Kurosawa. Nothing we ever discussed was explicitly confidential anyway. Oh, let me think. 2,000 mora should be a fair price.
At least we now know where the emergency provisions were coming from. Let's go talk to Kurosawa again. What are you doing here all by yourself?
I presented them with a choice. Either they left or I drew my sword. They left. It turned out to be a real time saver, actually. Did you manage to track down the treasure hoarders?
That just about sums it up. It turns out that you really were distributing emergency provisions.
Strange. Is that really the kind of person I was? I don't really have any such recollection. Why was I purchasing emergency provisions for everyone? And why would I put myself in such a difficult situation? I really don't understand. But I cannot deny that when I brandished my sword to scare those two away, this sword was once wielded by my father. I remember once when I was young, I wanted to sneak out with the blade and show it off to the kids next door. What did he say? I can't seem to remember that either. It would seem that I forgot many important things when my vision... All I can remember now is my father telling me that this blade bore his life's and said to me, with this sword, you should...
Hey, if you look carefully, there seems to be some words engraved on the hilt. Can you recognize the words?
Virtue and justice? Somehow those two words seem to explain everything now, taking on seemingly endless debts to make others happy. But what use are virtue and justice? The Tenryo Commission seized my vision, and the very people I was so desperately trying to help. And the irony of all of it is, I somehow still felt sorry when threatening them with my blade. I'm incapable of being a good person, yet I'm equally unable to be bad.
Yet another troubled soul. When we get the chance, let's speak to Toma about... In any case, we must never let him sell off that soul. Yeah, seems like, fortunately for us, you don't have a vision. Let's go find the next poor soul. The third person who had their vision taken is supposed to be a famous sword master around these parts. Paimon heard that he's the present-day master of Meikyo Shisui art. This is his dojo. Luckily, there's some people around.
Nanako, don't worry. Sensei will be fine. Those thugs that challenged the dojo were strong, but he fought them all off in the...
Maybe, but I'm still worried about him. Things have gotten dangerous before in the past, but it's never shaken him.
It's just because he's been possessed, that's all. Once the exorcism has taken place, he'll be right as rain in no time.
Hey there! Did something happen?
Who are you? I don't care whether you're trespassers or just here to harass us while Sensei is impaired. Don't make me draw my blade, or you won't live to regret it.
No! You got it so wrong. We just came here to,
Disciples?
Yep. We've heard all about the mighty master of Make-Yo Shisui art. But then we got here and overheard you talking about how he got possessed or something?
From the way you're dressed, it doesn't look like you're from around here. Please, accept my apologies. We've had so many people trying to cause us trouble recently. You haven't arrived at the best of times, I'm afraid. Sensei got possessed recently, and he's still recovering. I see you are earnest in your pursuit. Sensei's name is Domon. Though self-taught, he mastered the art of the sword to a high level. He then proceeded to defeat many other prominent sword masters, never losing a single fight. He once said that his goal was to become the best sword master in the world. And so, even while training us, he continued. But then...
Not long ago, Sensei had his vision taken away. He says the strangest things over. Junya and I have discussed it, and we both think that he's being possessed by an evil spirit. But if I'm honest, I still have my doubts over whether he'll completely recover.
The Grand Narukami?
You haven't heard of it? It's the largest shrine on Narukami Island. The head shrine maiden is reputed to have very close ties with the almighty Shogun herself. Not that we'd have any means of involving the head shrine maiden, of course. But even one of the ordinary shrine maidens from the Grand Narukami Shrine would have clear power and authority to perform an exorcism. So don't worry, Nanako. Sensei is going to be just... The exorcism will take place this evening.
So, losing your vision can cause possession?
Shh. So you decided to come. Just now, when Nanako was attending to him, when she asked him who the people were, he suddenly looked panic-stricken and pushed her away. It looked like he was in great distress. He was covering his ears and looking frantically around him with bloodshot eyes. All the while he kept calling those names. Some of them we knew. Others we didn't recognize. One of them was Anzai. He used to be a fellow disciple of Sensei's. His senior, in fact. Sensei wouldn't stop calling his name. The ritual has now begun. Please, excuse me for a moment while I fetch some water.
Huh? Who's that sneaking around? Uh-oh. Could they be here to mess up the exorcism? We won't let them get away with it. Come on! Aha! Suspicious person sighted!
How did you... Are you sure you're Domon's disciples? Unless... I guess it's been a few years.
Excuse me? We're the ones asking the questions here. First off, who are you? And what are you doing sneaking around these parts?
Bad news? I'll have you know I trained side by side with Domon back in the day. I don't care to talk about that time anymore.
His senior? Wait, that means you must be...
Anzai? Yes, that's me. Because I don't wish to see Domon or anyone else associated with him ever again. When we were young, we trained under the same sword. I had begun training 5 years before him, and everyone looked up to me as a steady and dependable older disciple. Practitioners of Make-Yo Shisui art seek to achieve stillness of mind, but Domon was different. Sensei scolded him and told him that the art of the sword should not be used for such vain ends. I thought so too at the time. But Domon began making swift progress in his training and even started catching up with me.
Only then did I realize that it was Domon who had long since freed his mind from all agitation. He was consumed by his singular desire to become the best in the world.
Sure sounds like he meant business.
Because until he arrived, I was convinced that I would succeed our sensei as the master of Meikyo Shisui art. Of all the disciples, I was the most gifted. Domon's arrival changed everything. When we sparred, I lost not just the match. Later, I heard that he sparred with Sensei too. After that, I wanted nothing further to do with him. Deep down, though, I still respected his mastery of the blade. So, when I heard rumors that he had lost his mind, my first reaction was to dismiss them as false. I decided to quietly come and see if it were true. So you see, I came here not to cause him any harm. Okay, you've heard my story. You should get back now. The exorcism is probably finished.
Seems like we got it wrong this time. Still, Paimon's not sure we should bring him back with us.
What? You're saying he isn't possessed? Does that mean he's just lost his mind? But how is that possible?
Nanako, please. Try not to get agitated.
I am sorry. With what powers I have, I can find no sign of any malignant spirit having possessed Domon. But spirits may take a myriad of forms in this world, and all is certainly not lost. For I received word not long ago that Lady Yai has taken an interest in your sensei's case.
Lady Yai? Is that the same Lady Yai that I think you mean?
The head shrine maiden of the Grand Narukami Shrine?
Correct. Lady Yai is most knowledgeable indeed. I am unable to say for certain whether an evil spirit has possessed your
Excuse me, Miss Inagi, but I must ask, should we prepare a greeting gift for Lady Yai?
That won't be necessary. All that is required of you is your timely arrival at the Grand Narukami Shrine. I must leave now, but we will meet soon at the shrine.
Who'd have thought Lady Yai herself would have taken notice of our sensei's case?
Do you mean to say that Sensei isn't renowned enough to deserve Lady Yai's attention?
No, that's not what I meant at all. You misunderstand me. I just mean this is Lady Yai. Anyway, given that you've traveled all this way just to meet our sensei.
Sure! After all, everyone seems pretty Who knows? Maybe we'll be able to...
What? Another bad one? No, let me try again.
Do you think that's Lady Yai? Also, is it just Paimon? Or did she look right at us just now? It was probably nothing.
Keep away. Keep away from me. I gave up the art of the sword. Please, let me go, I beg you.
As you can see, Lady Yai, Domon has persisted in this state for some time now. He appears to see those who have lost to him in duels past, gathered all around him to persecute him.
Lady Yai, it must be a possession, right? This is nothing like him at all. In the past, no matter what came his way, he would always...
I'm sorry. It is clear to me that your sensei is not possessed by any evil spirit.
But... then does that mean he...
Yes. This is a change in the person himself. Unable to cope with the tremendous pressure he was under, he suffered a spiritual collapse. As one who is thrown into the sea, though he fights back desperately against his predicament, it does nothing to prevent his descent into the depths. As for what has triggered this change...
Stripped of his ambition? But Lady Yai...
Your school practices Meikyo Shisui art, does it not? Stillness of mind, freedom from all agitation. There was once one who claimed to be indifferent to rank and reward, and who fled enraged when defeated by his junior. And then... what of the one who crossed blades with his own sensei and beloved fellow disciple,
Lady, I'm not sure I understand.
The path of the sword master is filled with twists and turns. It requires one to take their sword firmly in both hands and cut down the hopes and dreams of others. Only a deep commitment to his ambition to become the best made it possible for him to rise above the pain of these encounters. When that ambition disappeared, he began to doubt himself. Much like a certain fatally...
Poor Sensei. To think...
I'm sorry. It's all my fault, Father. Sensei.
That's enough.
Huh? Isn't that Ansai? Did he follow us the whole way here?
Ansai? Why are there two of you? Is that you or a ghost? You're here for revenge, aren't you?
You're right to assume that my feelings towards you are far from kindly. It's been so long now that I made peace with it years ago. I don't think most of the people you beat along the way would hold it against you. Now I know that we can't place our hopes in you any longer. But that is no reason to strip them of theirs.
But what if one day I put everything I had? If there's a chance they'll end.
Have you asked them what they think?
Sensei, I can't know whether I want to keep going until the day that I can stand before...
Nanako's far from the only one.
Goodness.
You see? Being stripped of your ambition is... So, just as you are not in the same position.
I'm sorry to have made you... I no longer have the resolve to become... But as your sensei, I shall commit... This is my promise.
You can count on that. But I am now used to the life of a wanderer. Well...
So even though his ambition was taken away...
Traveler, a moment, please.
So, my intuition was correct. The wind that blows from afar carries fresh life to these shores. For us to meet now is premature. Nevertheless, you set foot on these islands at precisely the right moment. I have high hopes for you, child.
Ooh, Lady Eyes! She seems super mysterious. We can come back to it another time.
By the protection of the electric... May the blossoms...
Oh, Ayaka! Guess who fulfilled all your wishes? Huh? Ayaka! Huh?
Huh?
Traveler, Paimon. It is a pleasure to finally meet you both face to face. I have heard all about how you helped our three friends. My sincerest thanks to you.
Yeah. Ayaka?
Because now that you have done the three things I asked of you, I consider you to be my friend.
Ooh, wait a second. But isn't Toma your, servant?
Oh. Paimon, you are most entertaining.
Oh. Okay then.
Thank you both kindly. Back to the matter at hand. You have now witnessed thunders roar, lightnings flash, but I believe that surely you understand what they must endure. It seems that perhaps now you can appreciate my feelings on all. You will? Really? Naturally.
All right, bravo, my...
See? I told you she wouldn't reject them. Now then, given that the remainder of our discussion pertains to matters of a more...
Well, here we are again.
Please continue without me.
So, what's the deal with this place anyway?
This is land that was gifted to the Yashiro Commission, but such privileges exist due to the Yashiro Commission's role in managing ceremonial affairs.
on, gets it? Gotta keep a bit of mystery.
Once the number of ceremonial affairs conducted in the...
Makes sense. Perfect place for a secret base.
In any case, we can talk freely here. The Almighty, she inspires. It was her almost... The issue is that, after all, because of this...
How can they be...
Nevertheless...
Resistant?
Yes. To say a little, but I do want... Of course. They invariably... It almost make...
Ooh,
Oh?
Have you got a plan?
To be honest, we do not.
What?
Please.
So...
Well, for example...
You're telling...
Don't underestimate the talents. The problem we are...
Darn!
Yes. Exactly. I feel... When you are ready.
Just hand it over. You don't want any trouble with me. If you think your elemental powers are... Believe me, you're not the first of your kind we've encountered, and we've...
Can't you make an exception?
So this is the Vision Hunt decree in action, huh? We can't just sit around and watch... Psst! Huh? There's someone trying... Come on! This way! What's going on? Can't you see we need to go help?
Shh! Quiet! Just sit tight and watch for a moment.
Hey! This isn't right, you know! Just because you don't have a vision doesn't mean you can sit back and watch... Huh? Hey, wait! You do have a vision!
Shh! If you don't keep your voice down, I won't have one much longer.
All right.
Wise choice.
What should we do now? He's already given up his vision. This is your fault.
Many thanks, Miss Euthymia. If you hadn't swapped me a fake...
No worries. You put on quite the convincing performance.
Oh, so that's what's going on here.
Think nothing of it. I could tell from your reaction we were on the same side. Oh, right. Allow me to introduce myself. I'm Euthymia, the current owner of Naganohara Fireworks.
Practically everyone on Hanamizaka knows Euthymia.
Whoa, that's quite the introduction. Paimon loves fireworks. It's nice to meet you.
Stop it, Hanjiro. You'll embarrass me. As for thanking me, you'd be better off thanking Master Masakatsu. He's the one that gave me the fake visions in the first place. His handiwork allowed me to keep my own vision.
Yes, Master Masakatsu is a good man.
Master Masakatsu?
Huh? Do you guys know him too? You don't say. But if I just march straight in there by myself... So, what about if I join you instead?
Sure, welcome to the team.
Seems like I finally got a new job to do. So, Master Masakatsu is being held at the police station. I've already surveyed the area.
Whoa, talk about a reliable source.
Not bad, huh? Let's go as soon as everyone's ready.
Time to break him out! Now that we're inside, this place is a whole lot creepier than Paimon imagined.
Come on, this way. I certainly wouldn't want to end up locked away in here. Let's find Master Masakatsu and We should split up. I've got a...
You sure? All right then.
Yes, you two.
Time to go.
Don't blink!
Into the wind.
Talk about a big door. It seems we need to collect something shaped like Magatama in order to open it.
As one with wind and cloud. The wind knows
Speed of light!
I need to train harder.
Into the wind.
Who goes there?
Incoming!
One with nature.
These guys seem a lot tougher than usual. Paimon wonders if that armor over there has anything to do with the source of their strength.
Fallen leaves, adorn my night! One with nature!
I won't forget this.
Into the wind!
Show me what you've got!
Alas, one with wind and cloud!
I need to train harder.
Doesn't that Magatama shape look pretty similar to the grooves on the door over there? Yeah.
Brace yourself. Lesson.
The wind knows
what you've got. Don't hold
Cut
back.
to the chase. Don't blink.
Show me what you've got.
one with nature!
I need to train harder.
Time to go. Into the wind.
Incoming.
Time to go. One with nature.
Speed of light.
Must be Master Masaka.
Did you really think that little trick of yours could... locking you up?
Oh no! Those Tenryou can...
If we don't come up with a way to break him out fast...
I can't bear to...
Hey, you there! What are you doing?
Ma'am. We were just teaching him a little lesson. That...
Huh? Who's that?
That's Kujo Sara.
Make way, let me have a look at him. I'm sure you're well aware that torture is strictly against military...
Yes, ma'am.
If you are unashamed of such disgraceful...
Yes, ma'am.
Paimon sure wouldn't want to get on her back.
Hey, this our chance.
Euthymia, are you sure now's the right time?
Who is that? Quick, go and investigate.
Yes, ma'am.
They're coming! Quick, hide!
Sorry. I didn't mean. Don't worry, I've got us covered.
Fireworks!
Huh? Was that an explosion?
It sounded like fireworks.
Quick, let's hurry!
The fireworks were...
Fireworks aren't just for festival. I was particularly proud of this batch.
Euthymia, this is turning into a bit of a fireworks display.
Well, fireworks are my craft after all.
Look, the coast is clear. Now...
Euthymia.
Master Masakatsu! Sorry we took so long.
Come on! We've got no time to... Oh.
Yes. Leave. Before I let my judgment get the better. He's in serious condition. But remember, once he's recovered, it won't be long until I bring him...
Well...
We're finally out of that.
Yes.
Master Masakatsu, how do you feel?
Don't worry. I think I can make it to the infirmary.
Thank you. All of you. I'll take him to get treated.
Don't worry about us. Just take care of Master Masakatsu. Good thing we were able to rest. Right, Kujosara. It seems as though there are some okay people among the ranks of the Tenryou Commission. How about we go tell Ayaka and the others the good news?
I see. So Kujo-Sara stayed her hand. I wonder if we should try establishing contact with her.
Unlikely. Don't forget, Kujo-Sara is also carrying out the Vision Hunt decree. In her eyes, if our true motives were ever divulged, she would...
True. Though if you ask me, we are now one step You're turning...
Don't mention it.
Indeed. But if we wish to mount any sizable resistance against the Vision Hunt, it is time we make red...
There's no need to... Things seem to have taken a turn for the... yes, which reminds me. And the number of samurai...
A ceremony, you say?
I don't know, but I'm sure it...
You do... Being in a constant state of... Toma, what...
I'd say a celebratory... Funny enough, I learned a new...
A hotbot game? What's...
Simply put, every person... Then we take it in turn. Anyone who guesses correctly can go... Don't you think it sounds like fun?
You really do want to play... Well, sounds like we've got our work cut out for us. Time to gather... Let's see what we've got here. Nice! You can't go wrong... Paimon never thought we'd be the only ones to actually put anything edible... This was possibly the scariest looking hot pot Paimon's ever seen.
You can say that again. But hey, at least I got the most points.
I'm afraid it's your own fault for adding all those strange ingredients, Toma. Even with a traveler's normal ingredients.
But weren't you the one who added those little cakes, Ayaka? Boiling cakes in hot pot?
I must apologize. To be perfectly honest...
Uh-oh. I'm definitely not okay. I need to lie down. I feel like a new...
You know, Toma, all you had to do was guess wrong on...
Perhaps I think my luck is all... So without further ado...
Oh, bruh.
Good.
Yes. And with the extra time?
Let's all take some much... Downtime is hard to... I'll tidy things up here.
There's gonna be a sequel?
Sure, why not?
Bye, Toma.